What is up, guys? Tonic is the Xer, but you guys can just call me Tonic, and today I'm going to be discussing about a specific game, an interesting game called Bloodlines. Now, for those who do not know what Bloodlines is, it is basically a Roblox game, and it's just Naruto, and you combine Rogue Lineage with it. I almost forgot to mention to you guys that when I bought the game, it was paid access for 300 Robux. I'm not sure if the price changed, but I will make sure to leave the game link in the description of this video, so go ahead and check it out if you're curious about it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, after playing the game for a couple of weeks or so with a couple of friends, I have gathered a lot of information on the game. Apparently, when I went on YouTube to search this game up for the first time, I barely saw any Roblox YouTubers posting about Bloodlines at all. I'm not sure if they found the game irrelevant, they found the game ass, or it just hasn't yet reached their attention. That's enough of the introduction. Let's hop straight into what happened when I played the game. My first experience with the game was honestly pretty weird and pretty boring. Constantly, people kept telling me to go to a place called the Training Grounds to punch a log for a millennium, and as I'm punching the log, eventually the log will break and some random ninja NPC will start attacking me, therefore I'll have to defend myself, and yada yada yada. Bandit beat, they drop an item, I can either sell that for in-game currency called Rio. It was honestly annoying and boring for me to do this. The annoying part was because it was like 5 logs at the training grounds only, yet there are about like 20 people that can fill up per server. So just imagine how the training ground looked when I first bought the game. It was crowded, it was full of freshie killers, it was full of people just trying to steal whatever the NPC of the ninja drops. It was annoying. Now, the boring part of the training grounds was me just punching a log for like hours straight just to earn a couple of money. Just to earn a couple of bucks to survive. Now, obviously, this wasn't mandatory of what I was doing in game, but pretty much it's common for people to literally do that whenever they hop into a Naruto game. They start saying, where the training grounds at? Where the training grounds at? Because they want to punch a log, probably gain some Fisty XP and shit like that. Literally, people play Shinobi Life. That's some PTSD right there. The next thing I want to talk about are the non-canon aspects in Bloodlines. Now, of course, Bloodlines is based off of Naruto, but it's also based off of Rogue Lineage. Rogue Lineage isn't really based off of anything, I think. One of the things that I really hate in Bloodlines is the scooping system, aka the eye-stealing dojutsu system. Literally, it makes no sense for this to be a Naruto game if you have to cast a sealing jutsu to steal someone's eyes. It made no sense. I prefer Shinden's scooping system better because all they had to do was just get a spoon, scoop their eye when they're knocked, or use a pencil. It's that simple. But no, in this game, it's very, very non-canon, which really triggers me. Another thing that I have to talk about in Bloodlines is the fact that the developers of the game shut down more than like the literal Project Slayer developers, which says a lot. If you're constantly shutting down, that just goes to show that there's something severely wrong that's happening with the game, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. The next thing that I want to talk about is the anti-cheat. The anti-cheat is beyond so bad that even free exploits work on it, and every time when I'm in a server, I literally see an exploiter flying in the sky like Superman every single time. They're either farming a boss, they're ganking people. This specific situation is going to honestly kill the game if they do not fix this problem immediately. Like, I've seen nothing of the devs saying that they're gonna get to the bottom of this, like how Project Slayer devs are literally saying we're doing our best to try and stop these exploiters from ruining our game. No, like literally Bloodlines didn't say shit about this. I don't even think they care, because according to what someone told me, like he sent me a screenshot of a developer of Bloodlines called Arkham. Arkham was literally supposed to like ban this exploiter, but he chose not to. I don't really get why people do this, why developers literally like go so far to not care about their game. They only do it for a quick buck. That right there would not give me any remorse whatsoever. Now, as someone who is not a developer yet, I can say for sure that yes, probably patching exploits are very difficult. But at the same time, as a developer, you have to learn. It is your duty to learn how to do this at the speed of light once you drop your game. Because if you do not, your game is finished and everything comes crumbling down, well, you know, the money income, you're still gonna have money because of, you know, people just constantly just spend money every time when a new game drops. Oh my god. The next thing I want to talk about is literally the dev team and the daily consistent updates that they are not posting. So the development team, I'm not sure how many developers are. For some reason, I've heard countless people saying there are only 2, which is very bad for a specific game like this. This is literally a Naruto rogue. Like, this should have more developers. And this does contribute to the daily consistent updates that they are not posting. I was expecting them to post daily updates, or at least like something along the lines of that. Give it 2 days, 3 days. No, they have been, I'm guessing they're working on something called update 1, which is probably just going to be a huge update, but it's taking a while. I just want to throw this piece of information that I got. Why the hell is Bloodlines already adding a Tsutsuki clan when we don't even have Jinjurikis, Telbeases, or Renegon? How did we move all the way to a god clan? And from what I'm told, that shit barely has any sort of passives, any sort of perks, and you just get like a little bit more chocolate. That shit is ass. It is not supposed to work like this. And this is one of the things that I'm talking about. And speaking of passives, this is what I'm gonna get to next. The passives for each clan is so ridiculous that it made me want to cry. It's not even just the passives that are the problem, it's the rarities of each clan. You mean to tell me a Senju is more common than an Uzumaki? It's crazy that all I gotta say is 2 words to get people to shut up about this specific topic. Hashirama cells. Where are the Hashirama cells for Senjus? Most clans in Bloodlines that have passives are so garbage, and they probably only have about 1 passive. That makes me so damn angry. Like, what was the point of even creating this like specific clan if there was barely anything implemented into it in the first place? In my head, that's like me making a car game, but in the game there are no wheels on the car yet. Most people in game that got a clan called Uchiha or Hyuga either spun that shit off or never played the game again due to how bloodthirsty the players are in game that want freaking dojutsu eyes. Somebody I knew who just went Uchiha stepped out of a village once, one tiny little step, and they literally saw the emblem on his back, the Uchiha emblem on his back, and the first thing they did was run up to him and gank him. They didn't even ask if he had Sharingan. They just literally started attacking him. And you wonder why every dojutsu user in Bloodlines literally logs instantly when they see a seal jutsu is about to get cast. Like, I'm aware this game doesn't have to be based off of Naruto, but I'm saying if it was more based off of Naruto than any other thing, like, the game Bloodlines would be amazing. Let me tell you guys something. When I was talking to one of my friends, he got mad at Bloodlines because he didn't like how life fruits in the game were created. Basically, what he was talking about was how people in game can literally get life fruits in a millisecond. When he was playing Rogue, it was very difficult to find something called a PD. PDs and life fruits both have their similarities, but also their differences. The similarities are obviously they grant people lives, so they don't get wiped and lose all of their progression in game. But their differences is probably just in trading and how common some of them are to find and how difficult some of them are to get. For PDs, you have to sell your literal kidney. You have to sell one of your internal organs because people overprice that in trading if you're trying to get one. But for life fruits, you can just find that on any random tree like it's some damn devil fruit in a One Piece game. This just goes to show that Rogue Lineage is still more hardcore than Bloodlines. Next thing I want to talk about is the taijutsu users in game. Oh my god, taijutsu in Bloodlines is mad overrated. That is not even funny. That's why I've been constantly saying we need more content in Bloodlines to actually make it fun, because there's no way in hell I'm gonna have fun in a mirror match with someone with my build. They usually go taijutsu in ceiling. Let's see what's next on the list to talk about. Oh, okay. So the concept to me on how to get skills from your skill tree is absolutely infuriating, because it's basically what you're doing is breaking off a spawn point that you had to travel on foot to get to. You see, I had to use every chromosome in my brain to figure out why this is a thing. And I realized that this has a pro and a con. I already told you what the con was. Obviously, people will not have teleporters every teleporting spot to get to. You would have to travel on foot, which gives the game more of a adventurous vibe to it, because you still have to go to places that you have not set your spawn at, or the spots that you have already broke. When I first heard about this, the first thing that came into mind was Gate from Rogue Lineage, but this is like not at will type Gate. This is like limited gate. This is like suppressed gate. You would have to go to a specific spot to TP to whichever place you can TP to. So that's probably why I'm not entirely mad with how the crystal spawners work in Bloodlines. I just genuinely hate though on how it correlates to getting skills off your skill tree. That is what irks me the most. The next thing that I want to talk about are Bloodlines game bugs. Bloodlines game bugs, I can't even list all of them because there's so many. Like, I'm being so honest. There are so many bugs in the game. There's like, I believe they fixed one of them, which was like one of the most retarded ones. It was when you use clone jutsu and a boss, some sort of boss attacks that specific clone, they bug themselves and they cannot move. Well, they can move, but they just can't attack. They can't get like, they can't do damage to anyone. They'll still aggro on you or not, just depends. It's a bug, so anything can happen. I'm just gonna say this flat out. If the developers did not patch that bug, you can only imagine how terrible the progression in Bloodlines would be. Like, bro. And I know some of you guys are probably saying, what are you talking about, Tonic? Tonic's on crack. Like, literally, this was like the most best method for farming in game. I'm like, okay, but you're cheesing it. How is that exciting in any way? He's not fighting back. He's not using any moves. This is not an exciting feeling. You're just glitching, or my bad, you're bugging a boss to defeat it. That is not fun. Another bug that I can probably think of that happens to me countless times is most likely the visual bug. Once you hop straight into Bloodlines, you click quick join servers and it will just show you just the title screen of Bloodlines. That's all you're gonna see. You're not even gonna load into the game. And I'm still surprised how this bug isn't patched yet when it seems like something so simple a developer of the game could patch. Next up, we are on to how the game literally has no Trello, no wiki. Someone had to send me a leaked Bloodlines info server, and it wasn't, and the worst part about it is it wasn't even the developers of Bloodlines who made it. It was some random Joes in Discord that made this shit. That is absolutely sad. Therefore, you should already know that there is barely any information in that. Like, every information that's in Bloodline, you can tell it's not going to be in that server. Cause why? Cause it's leaked. It wasn't created by the actual devs. Guys, we are now on the last part of the video, the last section. And I know there are a lot more things I could have probably talked about Bloodlines, but I'm not really trying to make this video like 2 hours long straight on how Bloodlines is completely fodder. You know what, guys? Let's play a little game. I'm gonna give you guys 3 whole seconds to guess what I'm about to say at this last section of the videos for Bloodlines. What could I possibly talk about Bloodlines that I have not talked about yet? 3, 2, 1. What in the hell are these game passes? Click store, you'll see the game passes below. These 3 game passes literally make me want to cry. How, you ask? Well, let's find out. Literally, we have emotes as first. 350 Robux, right? Let's check the emotes. We have about only 4 for 350. That's, and keep in mind, when I bought the game, it was 300. This costs more than how much I paid to get inside of the game. I mean, you're only giving me 4 freaking emotes? That makes no sense. You have E/star jumps, E/contemplate, E/seated, E/handstand. What are these ass emotes? What are these? Next game pass is something so ridiculous that it's not even funny. When I saw this game pass, it didn't even make me chuckle once. Maybe it's just my terrible sense of humor, but bro, there's no way in hell you gonna see me in the game running around with a froggy suit for 250 Robux, bro. A froggy suit. It's not even something you can get in-game currency. You have to actually spend Robux to buy a cosmetic for 250. This is some Project Slayer level type game pass, bro. And lastly, we have that one freaking game pass that doesn't even need to be a game pass. It didn't even need to become this event notifier. This game pass alerts you that an event has started and highlights the event location for you. Dog, people use scraps. Why is this even a thing? No one, 600 Robux, bro. 600. That's enough to buy me Bloodlines twice. One for my main, one for my ult. That is insane. And you bro, this is what I'm talking about. This makes no sense. You know damn well this game pass is retarded, yet they still made it. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave your comments down below. Make sure to like and sub and tell your friends to go and sub to my channel as well. And in conclusion of the video, shit no live too bad.
Too late, Dio. You've already lost. Anima, Elish.
I'll put the money in my pants. Oh, ow, ow, yeah, hee hee, woo. Fuck all up. Hey, what you doing? Hey, was that drink?
A few minutes later.
You a bitch out nigga. Fuck all with niggas. Fuck all the hoes. Fuck